Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon to miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Sangean, model number H205. This is an AM/FM NOAA Weather Alert portable waterproof radio. I got this off Amazon for a total of $49.99, and here's the box it came in. H205 waterproof shower radio. There you go. Image. The box is pretty simple. It's got some bullet points here on the side. Go over those together. This one stands out. Waterproof up to JIS7 standard. It's a Japanese standard. It can handle immersion for a short amount of time. Pretty cool. We'll go over all this stuff here. And yeah, I took everything out of the box. And we'll show what came inside that. So I'm going to set that aside. And first thing we get is the carry strap. Pretty simple setup. I left mine off, but yeah, you can hook it up there. Plus there's a spot on the radio where you can hang it on the wall, and I'll show that to you. There's that. I am zoomed way up. Let me zoom this down a little bit. Next, we had a bunch of paperwork, so let's go see what we get. They sell a AC adapter for 20 bucks. Good to know. A way to ID your system when it was made by the serial number. Cool deal. We have the manual. Here it is, H205. Looks like it's in 3 languages. Yeah, maybe 4. Let's go ahead and just open this up. I should probably show this to you. This gives a screen, what the screen looks like, and what the little symbols mean. Pretty simple, basic. In case I missed something, but I'll show it to you. There you go. Kind of go over the feature list. And just seeing if there's anything pertinent in this. Usually there's specifications. It's pretty simple to do. I mean, it's a very easy to use radio. Let's see here. It just shows you how to change the FM settings, which I'm going to show you. There's 4 different bands right there. You can see the North America, Japan, Eastern Europe, and China, and I'll show you that when I turn the radio on. And I think there's a factory reset. Some people might want that, so there you go. For those who want to perform a factory reset, pause and read that. It's good to have. It's got an app timer. Pretty simple setup. Got a weather alert. Weather alert mode's pretty cool. Okay, here's our specifications. There's our power. The battery life's pretty cool. 120 hours, 4 hours a day, using 2 D cells. That's not bad. Frequency coverage. And then the circuit there, 3 inches speaker. 0.5 watt. There you go. Built-in antenna. All right, so I think that's it for the instructions. Let's get to the radio. So that's there. And the radio comes like a silk bag like this. And I have the radio to my left. I'll bring it in. And it's pretty big. Gonna have to bring this up a little bit. Or even higher. To get the whole thing in the frame. Most of it. It's still not in the frame. Let's see if I can go higher. How high can we go? There we are. All right, the Sangean H205. This thing is awesome. Okay, so let's go over some dimensions. We have a width of 4.5 inches. We have a length of 7 3/4 inches. So it's like a brick. We have a depth of 2 3/4 inches. Yeah, this is not your mama's portable. This thing's just gigantic. This is the daddy portable. Loving this thing. All right, so let's do a little size comparison. This is going to be fun. CC Pocket. It's a little bit dwarfed by this monster. I'm digging that kind of. It's a pretty cool setup. Yeah, I get a good laugh out of this because it reminds me of those old school GE radios where I was talking about Age of Giants, where it's a monster radio. There's a CC Skywave. You get the idea. And we have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves Sangeans from China land. Didn't know Iron Man could sing, did you? All right, let's put this down here. There we go. Give you an idea for size. Let's talk about features of the H205. Okay, right away you'll notice it's a shower radio, so it's waterproof or water resistant to some amount. If you look on the side here on the left, we have a rubber gasket that goes pretty much around the whole perimeter of the radio, sealing it from water and dust intrusion. It's pretty nice. go to the front of the radio. We have our display. Notice we have an AM/PM clock with seconds, which I think is pretty neat. And when the radio is on, you can see you got an amber backlight. It also shows the frequency and battery life indicator. The buttons, we have 5 preset keys. Number 3 acts as our step function. If I press and hold this, it'll come up with our firmware version. And now this F00 is that band. So if we go down and up, this will change our FM band that I showed you in the manual. So there's 4 FM bands. You got the Japanese, the European, and I believe North America and Europe. So there we are. So leave it there. Next you can go to the this button again. You can change your FM stepping from 100 kilohertz, and you can go to 50 kilohertz stepping. So if you're in Europe and they use the 50 kilohertz stepping, you can do that. But in America, we use the 100 kilohertz stepping. And then we can hit this again. We go to our AM. You can go to 9K or 10K, of course, by hitting this button. If you do that, it does destroy your presets. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to tap that. But with the FM, it doesn't change it. By doing nothing, it goes right back to the main menu here, the clock. All right, cool feature. So then you'll look over here, you'll see time set. On number 5, I press and hold that, of course. We can enter the clock setting mode, very simple. Volume controls, down and up. Middle button here, band and nap timer. Here we have tuning up and down and seek up and down. Our weather alert button, press and hold. And it should bring us an emergency alarm. Hit that again to stop it. I think you tap it once, it goes right to your weather alert mode. And it goes on standby. You can't use the radio while this is active. Some people like that, some people don't like that. But right now it's on weather alert, so if something sounds on channel 5, it'll automatically start that alarm you heard. 15 seconds and you come to the radio, hit any button, and it'll go right to that NOAA weather station, giving you the alert broadcast. We need to set up, just tap it once more to turn it off. And over here we have a sleep function and our power button. Speaker is a water resistant 3-inch variety. Pretty neat, it's got a lot of bass to it, I like it. Right hand side we got the gasket again. And here we have a DC input for that optional AC adapter I showed you. It's 3 volts, half amp. You could probably get those pretty easy. With the polarity centers, positive and negative sleeve. Top, we have a spot for the strap I showed you there. I didn't put mine on, but yeah, you can put that right there. Goes through those areas there. You can hang it, which is pretty nice. And on the back, you'll see a spot, get that pushed away, where you can hang it on the wall. So if you got a screw that fits the dimensions, slide it right up in there and locks it on the wall. Good setup. We also have the battery compartment. You'll see on there the frequency ranges, H205. We got the serial number. You can decode it with that thing I showed you. It takes 2D cell batteries, and it has the FM antenna in here. I'm just going to go ahead and open this up to show you what this looks like. So you got this locking tab on the bottom, and then you got a gasket sealed battery compartment. So if you look here, there's a gasket that runs around the D-cell compartment bay, and there's this edged area of the door that pushes into the gasket to make it watertight. It's pretty neat. Both D-cell batteries are pointed down for their positive connections. If you look, positive is pointing down for both D cells. The antenna I'm just going to leave in there since we're not going to do an FM band scan, but that is a 36-inch antenna. So we'll go ahead and close this up. That's pushing into the gasket, and this will lock it into place. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a little test. I like to do a little audio play test here with the C-Crane FM Transmitter 2. I'm going to lower this down, cut the radio off a little bit, but that way you get close and personal to the radio. So we're going to be playing MP3 music, YouTube sanctioned, across 92.9 megahertz to this radio, so you get an idea what this speaker sounds like. And if you want to compare to my other videos where I do this, you can hear the differences in tonal quality. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn it on. And I think either might be on FM or AM band. Let's see what we're on. Oh, we're on NOAA. Okay. So we're on alert mode. Turn alert mode off. Turn the radio back on. There we go.
10 knots. Patchy fog in the evening, then patchy dense fog overnight. Chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight. Waves 1 to 3 feet. Thursday, south winds 10 to 15 knots becoming southwest. Showers with a chance of thunderstorms in the morning, then showers in the afternoon. Waves.
So you'll notice the display gets sharper on a downward angle versus an upward angle. Typically you're not looking at your radio like this, you're looking at your radio face on or at a down angle. being with this camera, we're slightly looking at it on an upward angle. It's the only way I can get the camera in position. But if you bring it in, you can see it's about a 10 degree, 20 degree angle where it gets nice and sharp. If you looked, you can change your different channels. It has all of them. It has 5 presets on a NOAA weather band. You get 5 presets on NOAA. You have 2 FM bands, so you get 5 presets on each one, and 5 presets on AM, so a total of 20. It's pretty simple and basic. It's pretty much all you need for a shower radio. So let's go ahead and show you it's tuned through these. You're not going to hear anything because my antenna is... Oh, there we go. Picking up channel 1. Pretty good for the antenna not being pulled out. Okay, am I local?
Waves 1 to 2 feet. Wednesday night.
Okay, we'll go to the FM band. And I'm going to do a demo, a couple minutes of the sound. And then we'll do a AM band scan, see how this does. And yeah, we'll finish up with some final thoughts. So let's jam out.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
There you go, you get an idea for the audio. Sounds pretty good. It's got a nice throaty full range speaker. Liking that. It sounds really good on AM. So let's talk a few things about first FM reception. Since I can't do an FM band scan to give you an idea, I did take this upstairs where I usually do all of my FM testing. Took the 36-inch wire, strung it around wherever I could to get the best signal, and this thing is absolutely amazing on FM reception. I base my tests on 5 tiers. Stratospheric, okay, good, very good, excellent. And typically most average radios fall in between okay to good, and that gives about a 48 to 50 stations found rating on sensitivity. This radio found 86 stations. Yes, that puts it in the very good to excellent category. One of the most highly rated FM radios I've reviewed. This probably makes a top 10 list. Typically, most Sangean radios tend to be at the highest levels on FM reception, sensitivity, and selectivity. So, of course, FM selectivity also got a very good rating. There was only one station where it bled over to the adjacent channels because it's nearby my house. Otherwise, every other station the selectivity was so good I was able to find those very faint stations, and that's how I was able to get to 86. There was no tropospheric ducting happening or any kind of skipping with the atmosphere, which is nice. I always make sure that's not happening when I do my tests. So, rock on Sangean. Awesome FM. If you want a great FM radio, this is it. If you want it waterproof. Now, let's talk about waterproof. This is waterproof, dustproof, and immersion resistant. It's IP67 rated, JIS7 rated, so they're industry standards. 1 meter immersion for 30 minutes. I probably wouldn't immerse this radio, but downstorm or rain or like poolside splashes and stuff like that would be okay. You can take this camping and leave it in the rain, and there'll be no issue with it. So that's why I love radios like this. I can take it outdoors and not worry about getting dust inside of it or water. I find that really cool. You can leave it outside overnight and not worry about dew in the morning ruining your radio. Pretty awesome. I love that. So there's that. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to the AM band. Now, I like to do a NOAA reception report. I did scan the weather bands. I got about 4 channels. It's not spectacular, but I think it's somewhat the wire. It was hard getting the best reception. So you'll pretty much get 1 or 2 good, strong locals with it. And that's acceptable for me, for my weather alert. You set it on that station, and that's where your weather alert will be. And of course, AM reception during the day was great on locals and good on semi-locals. It does have a generated buzz from the display, I noticed, when you're doing fainter, distant work. Now, you can eliminate that by using a passive loop like a Turk Advantage. I use all the time in my videos. I'll show you really quick. The Turk Advantage. This will help eliminate some of the noise if you're into wanting to try to DX with this radio. Even though it's a shower radio, you're probably only going to use it for local stations. But if you're trying to go over that distant station on AM and the buzzing's bothering you, the passive loop does eliminate it. And it is from the screen because I was doing a daytime band scan before I did this video, and I noticed that when I was changing the volume, that would decrease. And then once it went back to the frequency display or the clock display, it automatically started buzzing again. So it's inherent. I noticed that with the DT800 portable radio also from Sangean. Same technology. Now this is on firmware 1. There is a USB port on the inside where the D-cells are, and that lets you update this radio. Now, I haven't seen any kind of updates that a user can do. Maybe I can send it back to the factory. I don't think they'll be able to fix that kind of issue. I think it's a shielding thing and or a microprocessor thing. I don't know if they can fix that with a firmware update. Possibility, maybe. But there you are. I'll let you know. So let's go ahead and tune the AM band. So let's change it over. So you got 2 FMs. And then we'll go to the AM band. Let's go to the bottom of it and see what we can pick up. We'll go pretty quick, and then we'll do some final thoughts. This radio is awesome. I'm enjoying it. I have the H201, which I'll link up here, that review of that radio. I call it the ultimate emergency radio because it's a waterproof like this one, has weather alert just like this one, but also incorporates a flashlight too, which is pretty nice. If you're in the shower, lights go out, at least you have a flashlight to see what's going on. So you can get dressed and get a better flashlight, but it's nice that it has a flashlight. If this had a flashlight, this would be great too for an emergency radio. Let's go ahead and turn this up. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're picking up CHLO, Brampton, Ontario. This is 530. This is 441 miles, 250 watts. I got my little cheat sheet here telling me what it is. Plus, you can tell by the programming. Turn off my stuff. Okay.
That's why we believe that wearing masks, although it's uncomfortable, and
540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin.
Has blinded, especially the chattering classes, to all the mistakes they made that Trump didn't make.
In the last 60 seconds we have with you in this segment, Andrew Clavin, and the remark, maybe I should be surprised, but for me it seems to be remarkable that It's getting worse.
WIND, Chicago.
3.5 years.
Sounds really good on locals.
If you look at the way they're treating Kayleigh McEnany, you see the grandstanding, the behavior.
And just to let you know, I was able to log a new station during the day and in the evening with this radio during some band scans. Pretty awesome. And I got them on video, and those will release in the future.
Overcast and warm with a passing shower or two late, below 63. Thursday, variable cloudiness, shower or thunderstorm around. It'll be humid Thursday with a high of 82. I'm AccuWeather's Drew Shannon on the Voice of Charleston, 580, your severe weather station.
Attention ladies who love new country music.
It's my favorite.
All right. You guys who love it too.
I love it.
Check out the Bobby Bones Show. Weekday morning, 6 to 10 on our sister station, New Country, 107.3 KAZ. This ain't your grandpa's country.
Hey, this is Dan and Shay. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Low Cash. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Thomas Rip.
Hi, I'm Carrie Underwood.
It's the Bobby Bones Show on New Country, 107.3 KAZ.
It can be difficult staying up to date with current events when every day brings something new. ABC Radio brings the top stories from around the globe to you in the 30-minute headline show World News This Week. Join Chuck Severstein,
cool.
award-winning
New station, I think.
radio news team Sunday nights at 9:06 for a review of the week's top news stories from home and abroad. It's ABC World News This Week, Sunday evenings at 9:06 on the Voice of Charleston, 104.5, 96.5, and 580 WCHS. So I understand that you...
Okay, maybe not. But I don't have it on my list here, but WCHS. I was waiting for a call letters. That's why it took so long sitting there. let's keep going, but I was having fun. That's neat. I don't have it on my list, but yeah, I think I did find it before. I'll put the information here for that station. Pretty awesome. This radio also rolls very well with the AM band, especially in the evening. I've been able to get a couple different frequencies real easily. Static, we got some storms around the area. 610, this is probably Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles away, 5,000 watts, KCSP.
Or visit us on the web at airserv.com, AIRESERV.com.
When you're ready for Medicare, Jim Booth is here to help.
Open 9 to 9 with 8 employee-free locations or shop online at Hassel.
WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Well, if you need flagstone for your new natural...
Got me on tour.
It's coming in good. CFCO, 630, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts.
And everybody knows it.
640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts.
Never thought I would be like this.
WSM coming in nice, Nashville, Tennessee on 650, 434 miles away. Yeah, this null's like just ever so precisely. I like it. We're picking up a hint of 660. That's WFAN, New York, New York.
Cities that will be identified and announced at a later date.
WSCR, Chicago.
For the resuming 8 Eastern Conference clubs. The other will play host to the resuming.
They hit not just a grand slam, it's a walk-off bottom 9. I mean, it's a 3-on-5 short-handed goal. What they did here was spectacular. When you saw...
Probably CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles.
The National Hockey League, Gary Bettman. And all of a sudden, bam, announcement today. What was...
Opening and offering in-store service for walk-in customers. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
And I'm Rob Carpenter. Your next update at midnight. Breaking news anytime. News Radio 700 WLW. The drive-thru.
There you go, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Get your favorite comfort food today. Head coach Luke.
Experience. Call us today at 338 Rocket or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
This is WOR, New York, New York, 750 miles at 710.
After doctors found this small nodule in Harla Hutchinson's lung.
Really good selectivity on this radio. 720 WGN, Chicago.
Even during the COVID-19 crisis. Of course, I was.
Going a little quicker here. Zoomer Radio, CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
If all this craziness has you protecting the ones you care about, don't let it stop when we get through this.
WSB 750, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles, coming in like a local.
Term Provider has been providing affordable term life insurance at better prices.
Those family income more than 100K tend to side with the government.
760 WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
This confirms a range of other data suggesting
That's a side issue. No, it's important.
WABC 770, New York, New York again. Sweet.
Reality and what will actually happen, which isn't much to brag about, but there is a general. American soil, we're no longer going to be dependent on the road. International travel is still really, really distressed. Domestic travel, we're nowhere near last year. But we're on the ramp up.
Make sure it wasn't the same program. This is 780 WBBM, Chicago.
9/11 style situation.
So you can have a lot of fun with this radio.
Best way to become the best version of you. That is the key.
CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, 270 miles. Let's go up the band a little quicker here. We'll see what it's 810. Albany, New York, 740 miles. WGY.
Hour and a half of the show. Feel free. I'd love to have you be a part of the conversation.
WCCO, Minneapolis, 310 miles. 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky.
If it absolves me from all the ridicule that I get on this show.
KOA, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles. CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
Dependent upon the performance of a 401k, IRA, or any other market.
WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles.
Guarantee. And for years,
So we'll just cruise up the band here. Let's go to our locals.
And B, whatever Magic said,
WMVP, Chicago.
the most obvious thing ever said of
Yet, and we're still learning how we're.
KDKA, Pittsburgh, about 450 miles. WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
How about the?
Now we're going to go to the top of the band since I'm almost out of time. It's compress and hold, which is nice. I like this feature. A lot of inexpensive radios don't have this. Of course, it does Seek 2. I'm going to take it up to 1700 here.
But Newsmax wants to make sure you get this radio. So check out the free offer for the emergency radio by going to gettheradio.com.
Gettheradio.com.
Or call 800-NEWSMAX.
It's probably a cheapie, guys. Just letting you know. KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. I have to go ahead and turn this off. So yeah, you have the 5 presets, which are really easy to do. You just press and hold on your favorite station. You get 5 on AM, 5 on FM1, 5 on FM2, and of course 5 on the weather band, though you probably won't need it on the weather band. So does this radio get recommended by? Well, if you're in the market for a shower radio, yeah, because this profile, I say, oh, look at me carrying this. Well, it's actually, you can carry this. the 201s are a real beefy, big thing. This actually is easier to handle. If you put that carrying strap on there, it'd be much easier. So you could take this poolside, campside, wherever where it might get wet. Of course, the shower too, or sitting on the vanity. Definitely don't have to worry about moisture. That's a big plus in my book. $49, it's a premium, but you are buying a Sangean product. You are getting amazing FM reception. I want to make sure you're clear on that. Most people will use this for FM radio. I know that for a fact. And it's just a fabulous FM radio. And then AM on locals just sounds beautiful. You saw I can DX. This thing can DX like the best of them. Because I found faint stations I never found with my other radios. Bonus again there with the use of a passive loop, which is very interesting for a shower radio. I absolutely love this. So there it is. Definitely recommended by $49. You are getting your money's worth. You can't find too many waterproof radios out there. This is one of the best. You can also get this in teal for the ladies who like a little different color. Us guys, yeah, we stick with white or black. If we can get black, we usually like black. But I'll have links below for you guys. Also, if you like Sangean radios and you like reviews and band scans, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos I make. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the Sangean, the H205, the whole thing. Just let me know about it. Is there another waterproof radio you want me to check out? Comment below and I'll look into it. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video.